White flowers bring a touch of timeless elegance to any garden. Calm, romantic, and effortlessly graceful. In today's video, we're continuing our garden color series with a dreamy look at white cottagecore blooms. Perfect for creating an enchanted storybook garden from spring through fall. Let's walk through a season of white flowers, starting with the earliest signs of spring. Tiny bell-shaped blooms and a soft, sweet fragrance. Lily of the Valley feels like a kind of flower you'd stumble across in a secret woodland path. It spreads beautifully and thrives in shaded spots. Plant them along winding paths, beneath deciduous trees, or secret garden gates. Pair Lily of the Valley with hostas, ferns, Astilbe, and old-fashioned flowers like viola, columbine, or primrose. Space the rhizomes, called pips, 4 to 6 inches apart, covering them with about 1 inch of soil. Daffodils are another classic cottage garden staple. White daffodils can be all white, or they can be white with a yellow center. Daffodils are toxic to rodents and deer, so plant them around tasty tulips to protect them. For cottagecore vibes, allow self-seeding plants like foxglove or columbine to intermingle naturally. Or consider pansies and violas. They're very cottagecore with their dainty faces. This is one of the daffodils I have in my garden. Choose a well-drained location. Bulbs will rot in soggy soil. Also called the Lenten rose, white hellebores bloom even before spring officially begins. Their nodding cup-shaped blooms appear just as winter loosens its grip, like delicate messengers of the changing season. This is one of my hellebores in the front garden. This is another one of my hellebores in the front garden. Their drooping petals have that moody, romantic look, like something a heroine would pick in a Gothic novel. Space plants about 15 to 18 inches apart to allow good air circulation. White hyacinths are fragrant and lush, with a slightly old-fashioned charm. They fill your garden with a heady, sweet scent, and their star-shaped flowers cluster together in thick, whimsical spires, evoking the charm of an old-world garden. Tuck them into pots or garden borders to add a vintage perfume to your early garden days. To enjoy their breathtaking beauty and fragrance in early spring, you'll need to plant hyacinth bulbs in the fall. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Irises have a timeless grace, like something plucked from a painting of an old country estate. Tall and sculptural, white irises add a soft drama to late spring. Their ruffled petals look like something drawn in an old botanical illustration, graceful and full of character. They're ideal for planting in sunny borders, around garden ponds, or to frame an old wooden gate. Irises are easy flowers to grow, but a few key tips will help them thrive for years to come. Newly planted irises will need regular watering until they're established. Elegant and stately, white tulips offer a clean, serene look that balances wilder elements in a cottage garden. They look lovely tucked among soft blue forget-me-nots or under blooming cherry trees. Plant them in naturalistic drifts to get that effortless old-world garden effect. While some tulips will naturalize and come back faithfully, many varieties need replacing after a few years. For a longer display, mix early, mid, and late season tulip varieties. There's nothing more nostalgic than the sweet scent of lilac. White lilac adds an unexpected twist to the traditional purple, offering clouds of creamy white blooms. Plant near a sitting area, along fence lines, or beside an entry gate to enjoy both the fragrance and the classic cottage look. These timeless beauties add height, fragrance, and a touch of nostalgia, filling the air with their sweet, heady perfume. They're easy to grow, and once established, they feel like an old friend returning year after year. To keep them thriving, it's best to prune them back about 1/3 of their size each year, right after they just finish flowering. Pruning too late in summer or fall means sacrificing next year's blossoms. Large, lush, and brimming with vintage romance, white peonies are the showstoppers of early summer. Give them pride of place in a central flower bed or plant near a weathered white trellis or picket fence for peak cottagecore vibes. Their full, ruffled blooms look like something you see in a Jane Austen film adaptation. I always warn people to plant them away from the house because ants are what help open them up. Peonies don't like to be moved, so choose their spot carefully. Alliums in white bring a whimsical, almost magical vibe to the garden. Their round flower heads float like glowing garden lanterns above the rest of the garden, unexpected and elegant. Plant them among lower growing herbs or in the middle of flower borders to add vertical interest and a bit of magic. Alliums are naturally deer and rodent resistant thanks to their oniony scent. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Tiny clustered blooms that smell like honey. Alyssum spills over edges with gentle charm. It's ideal for border edging, rock gardens, or trailing from vintage planters. It's the garden's gentle whisper, always there, always pretty. Alyssum comes in many colors, including purple and white. In colder zones, treat Alyssum as an annual. In warmer zones, it may behave as a short-lived perennial. White Astilbe looks like floral lace rising from a bed of green. These feathery plumes bring texture and softness to shady spots. Perfect for planting beneath larger shrubs or along woodland paths where their quiet beauty can stand out against darker foliage. Pair with hostas, foxglove, bellflower, columbine, or delphinium for that dreamy cottagecore aesthetic. Consider dividing clumps every 3 to 4 years in spring or fall to maintain vigor. White dahlias bring elegance with a touch of drama. Dramatic and dreamy, white dahlias bloom late and boldly. They make a striking statement in cutting gardens, center flower beds, or even in rustic raised planters near your front steps. One of the best tips for growing dahlias is to time your planting right. A good rule of thumb: when it's time to plant the tomatoes, it's time to plant your dahlia tubers. That's because dahlias are not frost hardy and they thrive in warm soil, so wait until all danger of frost has passed before planting. White Ranunculus looks like layers and layers of vintage fabric. Whether you go for pure white or white with a touch of pink or purple, they're dainty yet strikingly full. Perfect for planting in containers by the kitchen door, woven into borders, or used as a cut flower for indoor arrangements. In warmer climates, plant Ranunculus in the fall for early spring blooms. In colder zones, they are best started indoors or pre-sprouted before transplanting. White anemone and poppies have that slightly wild, natural feel that pairs beautifully with more structured blooms. Like a touch of folklore in flower form. Scatter them throughout your wildflower beds or plant among grasses and herbs for that untamed charm that feels so deeply rooted in the cottagecore aesthetic. Anemone have ruffled edges while poppies have wide, flat petals. Poppies are sold in two varieties, annuals that are planted by seed and perennials that are planted by corm. The poppies that are planted by corm are not technically poppies, they are part of the anemone family. Whether you choose to grow poppies from seed or corm, they're one of the easiest flowers to grow, perfect for beginners looking to create a natural cottage garden. We're ending with a classic. White hydrangeas are the centerpiece of many romantic gardens. White hydrangeas bring an old-fashioned grace to the garden and are perfect for lining pathways, framing porches, or as a backdrop to your entire garden border. This is my hydrangea peeking over the garden gate. Choose a well-drained site with plenty of room for the plant to grow. Hydrangeas can get quite large depending on the variety. A garden full of white flowers is like a quiet song. soft, elegant, and endlessly peaceful. Whether you're planting a full moonlight border or just adding a few elegant touches, these blooms carry the spirit of the cottagecore dream, one season at a time.